Marcus started his presentation about acquiring some tech company, and I stood in the corner flipping slides like a human PowerPoint. Everything was going fine until Marcus got to slide number 7. He pointed at me, I held up the slide, and suddenly the room went quiet. One of the investors, an older woman with sharp eyes, leaned forward and said, "That's not right. Those numbers don't match what you showed us last week." Marcus looked panicked. He glanced at the slide I was holding, then at his notes, then back at the slide. The numbers were definitely wrong, and I could see sweat forming on his forehead. "Well, that's just a preliminary estimate," he stammered, but the investors were starting to whisper among themselves. That's when I did the stupidest, boldest thing of my life. Without thinking, I said, "Actually, sir, I believe you meant to show slide 7B, not 7A. I had no idea what I was talking about, but I reached into the stack and pulled out a completely random slide with different numbers on it. The room went silent. Marcus stared at me like I'd lost my mind. But the older woman nodded and said, "Those numbers look more accurate. Thank you for catching that." Somehow, I'd accidentally saved the presentation by making up a slide that didn't exist. Marcus played along perfectly. "Yes, exactly. Thank you, Daniel," he said, even though that wasn't my name. For the next hour, every time he looked confused or uncertain, I'd randomly hand him a different slide, and somehow it kept working. The investors loved the presentation. They signed the deal right there in the room, worth $30 million.